I was assigned a project to experiment with framing for a video class, but there was no emphasis on telling a story. In fact, they said you don't even need to tell a story at all. This bothered me. That makes no sense. I thought, is that the whole point of a video? So I decided I was going to tell a story whether I was supposed to or not. I need a canvas. This'll do. I got the idea to share my own story, because at first it seemed easy, then I realized I had never actually sat down and tried to share it. So here's the story of Peyton Loniger. I was born on January 24th, 1994, as the firstborn baby from my newly married parents. I was a big baby. Like, a big baby. But wow, I cannot draw. So Kate is going to help me. These are my hands. These are Kate's hands. Okay, so I was born 21 years ago, and I don't have memory of those first few years, but stories from my family make it sound like my life was focused purely around eating things. Whether it was food or not, I just ate everything. Mom sent me some pictures so I could share them in my project. We had a dog too. He was a big fluffy dog, and we kind of grew up together because my parents got him only a year before I was born. No, he was bigger, and he was fluffier. But he was great. He would even share his dog food with me. I guess that goes back to eating everything, right? We were a happy family. My parents were both creating solid careers for themselves, and life was pretty smooth. Then Brett happened. He's my little brother. Everyone always spells his name with 2 T's, but there's only 1 T. My dad was in construction and started building our new home that we moved into when I was 5. I guess this is a cool time for a little side story, because I make the rules in this video and I'm allowed to have a side story. My parents were high school sweethearts. Then my dad went to college where he was assigned a final project to design a dream home, so he got an idea. Both their first names start with an S, for Steve and Shelley, so he shaped it like an S. Then he built it. And this is where I grew up. Lots of bruises and scabs and grass stains. I often found myself in trouble. I don't know if my parents anticipated this when they were building it, but in our house there's this little nook area with a bench, designated timeout bench. Every time I'd break a rule, I'd have to sit there. And they even wrote a nagging phrase on the wall that haunts me. Use this time to remember why you're here and know that you are loved. I don't think I'll ever forget that line. I also burnt myself a lot. I never really quite figured out that the oven was hot. I started school and found an interest in math, but somehow ditched that interest further down the road. I blame a bad teacher. Kate's thirsty, she's gonna go get some water. He was a mean man. I really did not like him. That was just immature. I just don't want him in this book. I'm gonna scribble him out and move on. But I still like math puzzles and stuff. Okay, she's back. I've been trying to be chronological, but I don't know where I should put something that has always been a part of my life. So I'll throw it in here. You see, I'm from Indiana, and it snows a decent amount there. Every winter, me and my family go snowmobiling on the weekends. And then me and my brother got more and more into snowboarding as we got older. I have a few pictures from this, too. I'll click through those. Up through my teens, I found myself in and out of trouble with teachers and my parents. Nothing crazy, no arrests or anything like that, just lots of stern talks. One time I tied a G.I. Joe doll to a fishing string and threw it out the bus window. That warranted me losing my bus privileges for a week. Mom was not happy driving me to school each day. I guess I just wanted to watch him fly and drag along the ground. These were the things I was always getting in trouble for. Then came high school, where I got more involved with baseball and had a great coach. Through my years with him, he made me more respectful in school and taught me a lot of life lessons through the sport. I was surrounded by a great group of guys and we played really well together. I think the championships won with that team will always be some of the fondest memories. When you get that last out and the game's over and you've worked hard for something, it's just something really special. Here, watch. This was one of our state games. I found some solid friends in high school. A few come, a few go, but always had a core group. That's just kind of the way it was. Here's my shout out to them if they watch my video. Thank you for getting me through it all. Much love. This is my friends page. Now on to college. Picking my university was a very passive decision. I just didn't really care for some reason. I suppose it was always expected I'd go, and I'd basically just pick Indiana University because my mom went there, and it sounded like she had a good time. But now as I get older and understand it more, I've never regretted my decision, but I don't take university for granted. I love IU, and I'm thankful for all the stepping blocks in my life that it's led me to. Okay, Kate's tired, so I'll try and wrap this up myself. In this semester, I found myself the great opportunity to study in Perth, Australia. So that's where the story ends for now. I'm not going to take any day for granted, but I'm still going to say to be continued and hope that there's lots of good days to come.